Good morning, guys. Ed here. This is my dollar index analysis for the 26th of July 2012. Now let's get started with the weekly chart to see where we are in the grand scheme of things. And if you remember yesterday and this whole week, I spoke about the 84 to 84.20 zone, which has held really well, and we've actually bounced off it. So printing a high test bar. So what I'm looking at the moment is that if we continue this bearish move, the first level of support I'd be looking for some sort of reaction is around the 5 EMA, which at the moment is 83, about 25 to 30 zone. So I am expecting a bit of a reaction there, and if we do end up pushing down until the end of the week, then I would like to see a touch of the 5 EMA and then a close back in the middle, so to form a doji, and then we see how to take it further from there. So that's it on the weekly chart. Let's have a look on the daily chart. You can see the zone is clearly identified here. We never really penetrated through it. Now I drew this yesterday because I was expecting a push down to close the gap, and it's also my level of first level of support, which is this high here, 83.50, around 83.50 zone. So we didn't get to it precisely, but we're very close to it. So I am expecting a push down to test that area. If we don't hold there, then my next level of support is 83.27, which is pretty much the 5 EMA on the weekly. But eventually I am expecting us to push down wherever we find support. I am expecting to have another attempt to go up, at least into this zone to double top, or if we do manage to break through it, which seems unlikely at the moment, if we do manage to break through it, then push up to 85. So that's the weekly stochastics. You can see um, they're very close to the overbought zone. At the moment, this doesn't really mean much. If it does turn around here, if we continue going down, then we'll have a lower high on the stochastics. But that's I think it's too soon to talk about this right now. Okay, so let's move down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, you can see this was my trade plan from yesterday. We have hit target on the first leg, and now it's the second leg. Now, the reason I have this zone, this box here, is because I have two areas of support, which I'm expecting one of them to hold. So it's either going to be this zone from where we push up, or we're going to make another push into this Fibonacci between 50 and 61.8 zone, which is price-wise it's 83.45 to 83.29. So there's another. If you remember the weekly 5 EMA is around about the bottom of this zone. So there's a couple of things overlapping there. This would be a strong indication that there's going to be a reaction here to push up for another attempt to make another high. Now, these are the two possibilities I'm looking at. Have a look at the stochastics. They're approaching, they're slowing and in overbought zone, but they could take a while to turn, so we have to be careful with that, but it's something just to keep in mind. And let's move on to the hourly chart. The hourly chart, again, this was the trade plan from yesterday. You can see this yellow zone is the first zone of support. I'm just going to extend it for today. And what's likely to happen today is either we bounce around this zone, or we penetrate through it and push down to the next area of support, which I'm going to draw now, which is the around about the weekly 5 EMA. I'll make that yellow too. Sorry, I'm gonna make this green. Yeah, so this is my second zone from where I'm expecting. So if we don't get this, then I'm expecting a push up into the 80s to see whether, which would then be a Fibonacci of this swing. So if we take this swing, if it does happen, then um, this push up will bring us into a sell zone, and then we see what happens from then on. But for now, for the next move, it just depends what the market wants to do, whether it wants to push us through to here and then we go along, or we find support here. So I'm going to be watching this area between 83.60 and 85. Sorry, 83.55. I'm going to be watching this zone for potential double bottom or a lower high. Sorry, a lower low before we have another swing up, and then we see whether we make a swing high or these swings keep on going down. You can see a little, yeah. So this zone is going to be vital if it holds. If it doesn't hold, I'm expecting a move down to my green zone, which is my buy zone. From this, this is a very strong buy zone. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at that. So that's my plan for today. I'm gonna be watching for this initially, and then if we do break through, then this is gonna be a very strong. I'm gonna be looking to take the weakest pair short, definitely at that level. Whereas at this level here, I'm gonna be looking for some sort of short-term confirmation on the 15 or minute chart or something like that. And just having a look at the pivots, 15-minute chart with pivots. S1 is at 83.45, which is just below our initial zone. So it's actually in between my two zones, my two buy zones. So 45, and then my no-brainer long on the dollar is pretty much the same on the 15-minute chart as well. So on the upside, we can see some resistance at the daily pivot and also R1. If we get to R1, that's going to be a pretty good short to take. At the moment, it looks unlikely. Seems like this is pre-London, by the way, analysis. So we'll see what happens in London. But whatever happens in London, I'm looking to reverse that in New York. And that's pretty much my plan for today. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you later.